Hello, everybody. Welcome into the Wednesday, August 26th edition of Trending Politics Live. As you guys know, my name is Clayton Kearns. Excited to be back. Guys, last night was amazing. It was an amazing night, too, of the RNC. The RNC is already absolutely crushing the DNC. We have got so much to get into, guys, so I am going to jump right into it. I want to welcome everybody here. We have over 3,100 people, 3,200 people live watching this right now across all of our different platforms. You guys are amazing. So let's dive right into this. First of all, you guys, I want to cover some breaking news. Literally moments ago, right before I got on live on this show, I got a notification that President Trump is sending in the National Guard into Kenosha, Wisconsin. As you guys know, there has been rioting, looting. Last night there was a shooting. People are dead. People are dying. The governor of Wisconsin initially refused President Trump's help from the National Guard. And look what happened last night. Look what happened last night. People are now dead. Does the governor have blood on his hands? I don't know. We would need to see all the information. However, last night, we know that people died. We know that people are getting hurt. We know that businesses are being destroyed. But because the Wisconsin governor did not want to look bad, did not want to look like he was infringing on peaceful protest, he refused President Trump's help. But President Trump just tweeted this out literally an hour ago. We will not stand for looting, arson, violence, and lawlessness on American streets. My team just got off the phone with Governor Evers, who agreed to accept federal assistance, and he says Portland should do the same. I agree. President Trump followed up with saying, we're going to be sending it in today. I will be sending federal law enforcement and the National Guard to Kenosha, Wisconsin to restore law and order. This is amazing news. Hopefully this helps stop the chaos. If you guys are supportive of President Trump and his efforts to bring back law and order, I want you to comment below with all caps, law and order, because President Trump is the law and order candidate, everybody. We all know that Joe Biden doesn't want to, he doesn't want law and order. He doesn't want law and order in the streets, everybody. So I want to see law and order in the comments below. If you are happy that President Trump is sending in the National Guard, sending in federal law enforcement, because it is absolutely necessary, everyone. So let's get into it more, everybody. Actually, you know what? Let's stay on the whole topic of Kenosha. We're going to get into the RNC, guys. Sit back, relax, grab some popcorn, grab whatever, grab your water, because we're going to be talking for a while here, you guys. There's a lot to get into. Got a lot of great videos to show you. So let's stay on that topic of Kenosha, okay? The Democrats have notoriously, over the last few months, whenever a protest gets violent, what do? They reframe it. They rephrase it. They say, it's just peaceful protests that escalated, or peaceful protests that led into violence. Well, that doesn't happen. Many of these things are starting with the violent protesters, but the media, because they know that they are left-wing protesters, are saying, well, they're mostly peaceful, they're okay, and that is not the truth. Well, everyone, many people are out there saying Joe Biden's internal polling must be really, really bad, because, guys, even CNN is starting to panic a little bit about the polling. So last night, guys, I want to tell you something. Anytime Don Lemon starts to make sense, we should really take a step back and wonder what is going on here. Because Don Lemon last night said that the polling is showing that voters are being turned off by the Democrats not calling out the rioters, not calling out the looters. So let's listen to Don Lemon last night on CNN with a damaging admission saying that the polling is showing that the voters are not appreciating this. So let's watch Don Lemon.
I think that what you said, what's happening in Kenosha, is a Rorschach test for the entire country. And I think this is a blind spot for Democrats. I think Democrats are ignoring this problem or hoping that it will go away. And it's not going to go away. And so, unless someone comes up with a solution over the next 73 days, or 70 so, however many days.
68 days.
68 days. So it's not going to, the problem is not going to be fixed by then. But what they can do, and I think maybe Joe Biden may be afraid to do it. I'm not sure. Maybe he won't. Maybe he is. He's got to address it. He's got to come out and talk about it. He's got to do a speech like Barack Obama did about race. He's got to come out and tell people that he is going to deal with the issue of police reform in this country, and that what's happening now is happening under Donald Trump's watch, and on Donald Trump's watch. And when he is the president, Kamala Harris is the vice president, then they will take care of this problem. But guess
So Don Lemon started making sense there, and then he started saying, well, this is all President Trump's fault. When President Trump has gone into all of these places and says, hey, Chicago, I'll send you help. They say, no, thank you. Hey, Portland, I'll send you help. They say, no, thank you. Portland said, stop terrorizing us. President Trump, hey, Kenosha, Wisconsin, let us help. And what does what does the governor say? Nah, we're good. Thank you. We don't need your help. So Don Lemon started off strong, and then he started saying, well, but now he is begging Joe Biden. He is begging him to say that he is begging Joe Biden to call out this violence, but I don't think he is. He even said the word, maybe he's scared to. So I believe this is a different clip of Don Lemon. Let me see if this is the same one. If it's the same one, I'm going to clip away.
I think that what you said was happening in Kenosha.
Okay, so it's the same clip. I accidentally uploaded the same clip twice. But either way, you guys, Don Lemon is freaking out a little bit. CNN is starting to panic because they know that the American people, that average American citizens, see the violence on the streets. And guess what? Sorry for CNN. I got to break it to you guys. But guess what? The American people don't blame the riots on President Trump. They know that he's the law and order candidate. They know that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are not the law and order candidates. We know that they have demonized the police. We know that they're going to bow down to Black Lives Matter, to Antifa, to the far left at every step of the way. Joe Biden is not going to stand up to these people, and we know that. So what Don Lemon is saying there is like, oh, well, this is happening on Trump's watch. It's happening on Trump's watch. Do they think that he's just the grandmaster who can just control everything in the country? No. If he is offering help to the governors and they're not accepting that help, then there's only so much President Trump can do. So thank goodness President Trump is sending the National Guard in. Wisconsin, the governors have finally agreed to it. So hopefully that makes a difference. So this is a very interesting call last night when so I'm going to show you this clip that was technically after the RNC, and then I'm going to get more into the RNC. But this is more indicative of what was happening and what was talked about at the RNC, because this Democrat caller was saying that when she was watching the DNC, she was disturbed that they did not mention the violent riots and that they did not condemn them. Check this out.
Democrats line. Hi, Barb.
Hi. Yes, I'm a Democrat, and our convention last week is no comparison to what I've seen in just the last 2 nights.
What do you mean?
I'm from Minnesota, where all these riots and looting and the burning started, and I mean, not a mention about us last week, about saving our communities, helping our homeless, rebuilding our businesses. And this convention, just in the last 2 nights, has awakened me that there is hope, that there are people that are willing to fight for us people in our communities.
Barb, are you in the Twin Cities area or outside?
In the Twin Cities.
And
right outside the Twin Cities.
Has some of the protests, have they frightened you?
Oh, absolutely. They've been, 7 miles away with a new John Johnson of our party going into a neighborhood with 200 of Black Lives Matter supporters and terrorizing innocent neighbors in a community. It is scary.
All right. And Barbara?
We cannot underestimate the power of the call that you just heard right there, everyone, is that normal American voters, the American people, even the American people that might not be too politically inclined, They see the riots, they see the protests, they hear the rioters and protesters chanting Black Lives Matter. And then Black Lives Matter is associated with the left because the left weaponizes the name Black Lives Matter against conservatives in a broad fashion. So whenever someone says, like Hillary Clinton said during the DNC, Black Lives Matter, and Joe Biden is saying Black Lives Matter, people associate that with supporting of these movements. And when they don't call them out, the American people take notice. They take notice, everyone. And so this is a huge problem, an absolutely huge problem for the Democrats. But President Trump is catching all of the momentum at just the right time, everybody, just the right time. And, honestly, everyone, if President Trump keeps this momentum up through November, we are going to see a landslide of epic proportions. I don't want to do the touchdown dances yet. I don't want to get out the confetti just yet. But you guys, we got to keep it up. President Trump is doing amazing right now with his messaging. It is so great. The RNC is crushing the DNC right now in terms of production. It's absolutely fabulous. Even CNN is starting to give it kudos. And with that, let's get into it. Night 2 of the RNC, everyone. Oh my goodness. We had some amazing moments, and I'm going to go over here with you guys. So last night, Nick Sandmann, you guys know this young man. He was the high school student a couple years ago who all he was trying to do is be in front of the Lincoln Memorial there in Washington, D.C. and support the innocent children in the womb at the March for Life. All he did was sit there with his Make America Great Again hat on. And a group of left-wing protesters came up there and harassed him. Video was posted online, and the liberal media slandered this young man in disgusting fashion. Verified accounts on Twitter even said, "Time to put the MAGA kids into the wood chipper hats first." And by the way, that's not all he tweeted out. He actually tweeted out an image of someone going into a wood chipper and blood spurting out the other side. Very tolerant. This is a verified Twitter account. And I can't even show you the image here because I don't want this live stream to get taken down. That's how violent the image is. Oh, and guess what? This left-wing person, they got a little slap on the wrist from Twitter. Their account wasn't permanently suspended, permanently banned. We have members on our team whose Twitter accounts are permanently banned. Their phone numbers are permanently blacklisted because of whatever Twitter said that they were doing, posting too many articles or whatever it was. But this man, this Disney producer, his name is Jack Morrissey, he can tweet out an image saying, "MAGA kids go into the wood chipper hat first." And guess what? Nothing is done. He's suspended for a couple days, and oh, hey, guess what? He's okay. It absolutely disgusts me to no end, but I'm going to get off of that here for a second. So anyways, this young man was slandered by the liberal media, and he was, as you guys know, he settled with CNN a few weeks ago, so this man is already set for life with money, but he's not done. He is settling with other networks who disgustingly slandered him, and he gave a speech. I'm not going to show you the whole clip, but I'm going to show you a couple minutes of it, or about a minute and a half of it. Then I'm going to show you how he ended this clip, and it was absolutely amazing. Check it out.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Nick Sandmann, and I'm the teenager who was defamed by the media after an encounter with a group of protesters on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial last year. Before I begin, I'd like to thank President Trump for the opportunity to share some of my story and why it matters so much to this November's election. In 2019, I attended the March for Life in Washington, D.C., where I demonstrated in defense of the unborn. Later that day, I bought a Make America Great Again hat because our president, Donald Trump, has distinguished himself as one of the most pro-life presidents in the history of our country, and I wanted to express my support for him too. Looking back now, how could I have possibly imagined that the simple act of putting on that red hat would unleash hate from the left and make myself the target of network and cable news networks nationwide? Being from Kentucky, the birthplace of Abraham Lincoln, my classmates and I visited the Lincoln Memorial. I found myself face to face with Nathan Phillips and other professional protesters looking to turn me into the latest poster child, showing why Trump is bad. While the media portrayed me as an aggressor with a relentless smirk on my face, in reality, the video confirms I was standing with my hands behind my back and an awkward smile on my face that hid two thoughts. One, don't do anything that might further agitate the man banging a drum in my face. And two, I was trying to follow a family friend's advice, never to do anything to embarrass your family, your school, or your community. Before I knew what was happening, it was over.
So he told a great story there. He goes on for another few minutes here, but I know many of you saw the speech last night. We have it all on trendingpolitics.com if you guys want to check out the whole speech. But it was just an absolutely fabulous speech, everyone. So he did that. Now you guys all know, excuse me, that he is in a way infamous with some people because of the fact that he has the MAGA hat on. So this is how he ended his speech. And I can only imagine the amount of leftists that this triggered last night. Check it out.
And one more thing. Let's make America great again.
Oh, man. That right there. You guys know what that is, right? Like, that is like the biggest middle finger to everyone in the liberal media. In fact, let's watch that one more time. It was only a few seconds, so I want you guys to really take it in. What you're about to witness is the biggest middle finger to the liberal media that you will ever see in the world. Check it out again.
And one more thing. Let's make America great again.
Oh, man. That's so good. That's so good. That put a smile on my face so good. So this person here tweeted on Twitter, he put, "You may be cool, but you'll never be as cool as Nick Sandmann on CNN, bashing CNN while being paid on CNN." Cool. Oh my gosh, this was amazing. This was absolutely amazing. CNN was basically forced to air it. So they settled with this young man, forced to pay him, and now they're forced to air him talking about their slander of him. And then he just puts on the MAGA hat, and it was amazing. However, what will come as no surprise, which will come as a surprise to nobody, CNN did not learn their lesson. They did not learn their lesson. So let me see if I have the right tweet up here. Nope, wrong one. I think maybe one more here. Okay, here we go. This CNN contributor here didn't learn it all. Hey, I'll tell you what, man. If you want to pay for Nick Sandmann's 5th generation or 10th generation of grandchildren, then go right ahead, because here we go. A CNN contributor said, "I'm watching tonight because it's important, but I don't have to watch this snot-nosed entitled kid from Kentucky." Interesting. CNN hasn't learned, everyone. They haven't learned. So, hey, CNN, go ahead and keep up with the slander. Go ahead and keep it up, you guys. Because as I said, I'm sure Nick Sandmann would enjoy to have his 10th and 15th generation of his family tree paid for by your slander. Go right ahead. He's already set for the rest of his life and the many generations that will follow. But hey, if you want to keep the Sandmann name going down generations, then hey, go for it. Every single member of that family can have life paid for forever because of your slander. So keep it up, CNN. Keep it up, CNN. If you believe that CNN is the enemy of the people, I want to see you comment below. CNN is fake news. In all bold, CNN is fake news. I want you to see it in the comments below. So then we turn our attention to Melania Trump. She gave an absolutely amazing speech. Of course, the left slandered her, but first let's focus on the positive. She talked about, as a young girl, how she would dream about coming to a place called America, the United States of America. She grew up in a communist nation, and here's what she had to say about that.
Up as a young child in Slovenia, which was under communist rule at the time. I always heard about an amazing place called America, a land that stood for freedom and opportunity. As I grew older, it became my goal to move to the United States and follow my dream of working in the fashion industry. My parents worked very hard to ensure our family could not only live and prosper in America, but also contribute to a nation that allows for people to arrive with a dream and make it reality. I want to take the moment to thank my mother and father for all they have done for our family. It is because of you that I'm standing here today.
She gave an amazing speech, absolutely amazing speech. What I actually missed yesterday, you guys, is that Stephen Colbert, the fabulous late night host, right? The night before this speech, they mocked Melania Trump. They brought on some woman to act like she was her and use her accent and all kinds of terrible things. And this person here, For America, on Twitter said, Michelle Obama, taped speech during the DNC. Michelle Obama, taped speech complaining about America. Melania Trump, 25 minutes live professing love for the country and her husband. See you in November. I mean, this right here might have been the tweet of the night. It really might have been. See you in November. Michelle Obama apologizes for the United States of America, complains about how bad it is. She talks about how depressed she is living in this country because of the president. Melania Trump appreciating the United States of America. This flag right here, the red, white, and blue, because she knows what it's like to come from a nation where freedom is nowhere to be found. Amazing speech. And also, everybody, as I said before, it didn't stop the left from slandering her, right? Even though Melania Trump focused on unity, even though she flat out said that she didn't want to trash the other side, the left still found a problem. Bette Midler, famous feminist, says, "Oh God, she still can't speak English." This is what Bette Midler said, everyone. Says she still can't speak English. Well, not only are you wrong, Bette, not only can she speak English, but she speaks several other languages as well. Far more languages than you will ever speak. Oh, but that wasn't it, everybody. That wasn't it. Kathy Griffin, you remember the woman who held up a mock, bloody, disembodied head of President Trump on film and decided to take a picture of it and make the picture go viral? Remember her? Yeah. She said, seriously, F this B word. Talking about the First Lady of the United States of America. The first immigrant first lady we've had in a very long time. And another blue check liberal says, makes me want to vomit. Melania Trump gave a compassionate, unifying speech, and this is what verified Twitter users. So you guys, I don't like to talk about what the random people on Twitter are saying, right? Because of course, if you just type in anything on Twitter, you can find hate from both sides of the aisle. But what matters most to me are what are the people saying who have a platform? What are the people saying who have millions of followers and are liberals? This is what they're saying, people. Because these people have influence. And as you'll notice, this tweet has 18,000 likes. And this was, that screenshot was probably taken several hours ago. It's a very, very sad thing. But you guys, we're all waking up to it. We're all waking up to it, and we're not going to put it. However, there was somebody who loved, many people, everyone with a rational brain loved Melania's speech, but here's someone who absolutely loved her speech. It was President Trump. It says right here, President Donald Trump looking so proud during Melania Trump's speech. Look at the picture on the right there. He just looks very, very proud. People on Twitter are saying, Find you a partner who looks at you the way President Trump looks at Melania Trump giving a speech to the nation. So this is the type of positivity we want to focus on, people. This is very, very good here. This is awesome. I'll leave this up here for a second. So really amazing speech, you guys. Also, later on, a new star has been born, everyone. Daniel Cameron. Attorney General of Kentucky absolutely gave a brilliant speech last night during the RNC. I believe this. Okay, don't get me wrong. Melania gave an amazing speech, okay? But in terms of, we knew she was going to give a great speech. We knew that she was going to speak her mind and talk about her past and just be amazing. But this man came out of nowhere. And so I want to play for you what he said about Joe Biden. Let's just say, I think President Trump should spend millions of dollars getting this man on advertisements all across the country because he was he spoke very well, and he absolutely eviscerated Joe Biden, especially after Joe Biden told black voters that if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. So let's roll the tape, guys. Watch this video and pay very close attention.
I think often about my ancestors who struggled for freedom. And as I think of those giants and their broad shoulders, I also think about Joe Biden, who says, if you aren't voting for me, you ain't black, who argued that Republicans would put us back in chains, who says there is no diversity of thought in the black community. Mr. Vice President, look at me. I am black. We are not all the same, sir. I am not in chains. My mind is my own. And you can't tell me how to vote because of the color of my skin. Joe Biden is a backwards thinker in a world that is craving forward-looking leadership. There's no wisdom in his record or plan, just a trail of discredited ideas and offensive statements. Joe Biden would destroy jobs, raise our taxes, and throw away the lives of countless unborn children. And he is captive to the radical left, a movement committed to cancel culture and the destruction of public discourse.
Absolutely. I mean, that is just an absolute, the entire speech was amazing, but that moment right there is one that is just going to keep going viral. He said, I think about my ancestors, and then I think about Joe Biden, who says, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Those were his exact words. And this man says, Joe Biden, I'm not in chains. I am black, and I'm voting for President Donald Trump for the United States of America. And I have a feeling, everyone, that the Democrats are going to get a very ugly wake-up call on November 3rd because the black vote is going to come out big for President Trump. And the Democrats, if they don't keep their monopoly, their stranglehold on the black vote, guess what? They aren't going to win another election for a very long time, you guys. So go follow Daniel Cameron. Go follow him on Twitter. Let's support this man. That was an absolutely amazing speech. Again, you guys, I'm in the political news every single day of my life for the last 5 years. I don't know how I missed him, but I'm so glad he was on the national stage last night. And so if you support him, go check him out there on Twitter. He is absolutely amazing. Now, to end off today's live stream, I want to, kind of end off with a really positive note. We talked about a lot of good topics today, and yesterday I showed you guys some video clips of Black Lives Matter protesters walking up to patrons at restaurants who were just trying to have a nice meal. They were just trying to have lunch together with their husband, with their wife, with their boyfriend, girlfriend. And Black Lives Matter activists came up and told those people to raise their fists in the air and says, if you don't raise your fists in the air, you are complicit in white supremacy. Well, today I want to show you a video that counters that. A very, very amazing message of unity. A man with a Trump USA 45 hat in a restaurant and a young black woman going up to him and singing the national anthem to him and the table. And look at the people in the background. One gentleman stands up with his hand over his heart. You got to see this, you guys. So sit back and watch this beautiful moment of unity in our country, because I think these are the kind of things that we need to go more viral. It's important to talk about what happened yesterday. Absolutely. And we've got to keep talking about that, because we cannot bow down to the mob. But we'd be doing everyone in this country a great disservice if we didn't show positive clips like this. Here we go. I'm not gonna lie, that almost got me choked up there, you guys. That was great. Oh man, that was amazing. That was amazing. If you watch it again, the man is like singing along with her in the last half of that, you guys. That was really, really good. So, you guys, I don't think there's any better way to end off today's. I don't think there's any better way to end off today's live stream than with that, you guys. Love each and every one of you. There's still well over 2,000 people on here live. I think that's just amazing. You guys are great. Please check us out at trendingpolitics.com and follow us on Instagram. Follow us on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, our videos are getting over 10,000 views sometimes, but we still only have like 7,000 subscribers. So that means that some of you are not subscribing. So you got to subscribe. Go to YouTube, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you're watching this on Facebook, please engage with us, like this post, and make sure to sign up for notifications as well. It's a little bit more complicated on Facebook, but if you engage with our posts, then Facebook knows that you enjoy our content. So please do that, everybody. I love each and every one of you. Let's keep going forward. Let's keep exposing the truth. Tonight is night 3 of the RNC, and you know we're going to be bringing you all the best news. Tomorrow, I'm going to be speaking with you guys as well. Tomorrow at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern. You guys all have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Tonight, look forward to night 3 of the RNC because it's going to be another good one. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day.